Hey, what's up, YouTube family? What's going on? I hope everybody's doing good. If you want to talk to somebody, if you want to chat with somebody, please feel free to reach out to me. My email is in my bio on my page, okay? So I just want to give a warning before I even start this reaction video that my page is not for the weak. My page is not for the faint of heart. You may feel like I don't have any empathy or don't have any sympathy, and that's fine. You are allowed to feel that way. But I'm here to give the raw, gut, honest truth from my perspective, my point of view. If you do not agree, then challenge me. I'm all for a good debate. I love a good debate. If you can come with some facts, then by all means, debate me. I'm all for it. But other than that, your opinion to me really doesn't matter. This is my page. I say what the fuck I want. I curse when I want. I do as I please. And I'm going to give the raw, honest truth from my perspective. It is what it is. All right? So this reaction video is going to be about a gentleman by the name of Bryce Gowdy. He was a high school football player. And he jumped in front of a train track. And he is no longer with us. This happened about 4 or 5 years ago. I came across this video I would say about a year ago, and I had it saved to a playlist, and I've been meaning to react to it and haven't gotten a chance to do so. And the other day I was just going through my playlist, deleting some things, and I came across this video and said, you know what? I'm going to actually sit down and react to this video because I think it's very important. To all of the natalists and the life lovers out there and the people who they must go forward and be fruitful and multiply, I think it's very important for me to make this reaction video for all of these people. Because if you remain child-free, there's nobody being harmed by your decision to remain child-free. You hurt absolutely no one by remaining child-free. Of course, if you're going to take into account parents who may want to be grandparents or whatever the case may be, those selfish people that want you to breed for them, yeah, you may be indirectly hurting them, but if you remain child-free, you harm no one. No one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start.
I'm tired of people calling me. I know you're only calling because you're concerned.
This is his mother. I don't even remember if I said that. This is his mother reacting after the fact, okay?
So I figured this is probably the best time to go live. Because my phone won't stop ringing. A few days ago, Bryce was talking crazy. He kept talking about the signs and the symbols. He kept talking about the signs and the symbols that he was seeing all over the place. And that he could see the world for what it really was.
Okay, so you might have thought that he was talking crazy, but to those of us who have the ability to see the world for what it is, I don't think your son was talking crazy, ma'am. I just think he was aware. He had awareness that a lot of humans lack. When you look at a cockroach, all right? When you look at a cockroach and you see it moving around and it's going about its day, it's looking for food, shelter, warmth, whatever, water, whatever. It's programmed to survive, even though you're going to go get a can of Raid or you're going to step on it and kill it. It's going to die, but it's been programmed to survive. It doesn't have any reason for surviving. It's just surviving. And the majority of humans that you come across are the same way. They're hustling for materialistic gain. They're stuffing their faces. They need shelter. All of this just so that they can die. They're going to die anyways. But they're programmed to survive. And then they continuously pass this on from generation to generation, but they have no idea what they're even really doing and for what reason they're doing it.
He kept saying that he could see people for who they really are.
Well.
He was happy, though. He was talking about his future. He was talking about going to Georgia Tech. And we were having a lot of spiritual conversations. He had a lot of questions. He had a lot of questions about spirituality and life. He kept asking me if I was okay or if his brothers were gonna be okay. And I kept telling him, yeah, all day. We sat in the car yesterday because we didn't have anywhere to go. And he sat next to me all day just talking. And I was stressed out. I was too stressed to really deal with it. And I kept telling him I had just started my period. We were on the streets again, homeless.
See, I don't know how many children this woman has, but she says her son Bryce was asking her, are you going to be okay? Are my siblings going to be okay? Siblings with an S. So who knows how many children this woman has? And she's talking about them being homeless, sitting in a car because they had nowhere to go. See, humans do this breeding activity, but they don't even have a pot to piss in. They will lay on their backs and allow some man to dump cum into them, but they don't have nowhere to motherfucking bathe or to shower. And they call this being selfless. The pro-lifers, you need to be selfless. You need to have your child. You need to take responsibility, like they say. And bring children into the world that you can't even afford to take care of. Because abortion is murder. Abortion is murder. But they are quite all right with you sentencing an innocent being to a lifetime of suffering that eventually ends in death. And usually it's a painful death. And you suffer along the way to get to this deathbed. But that, the pro-lifers claim, is much better than aborting a non-sentient being that won't feel or know a thing.
The little job I got wasn't paying me all my money on time or in full. And I was so stressed out about taking care of my kids. Around 10 o'clock last night, I finally got us a hotel room. But we still had to wait for Brayden to finish working. We were parked behind Brayden's job waiting for him to finish working. And I told him, I said, Brayden, Bryce, you have to dig within and fight these demons that you're fighting. I was told him I wasn't strong enough to help him right now.
See, the mother isn't strong enough to help her son understand the world and to understand the questions that he had because her cortisol levels were high because she was stressed out trying to figure out what they're going to do, where they're going to live, what's the next plan, what's the plan, how she's going to make more money, what they're going to eat. That's what's going through her mind. So that's why she's unable to assist her son with all of his questions and everything that he has going on. She's not able to process it or to assist him. And this is why people really, honestly, I'm an antinatalist. I'm against procreation. But people who are poor, people who are living paycheck to paycheck, you definitely shouldn't be breeding at all. Because your stress levels are increased when you're living paycheck to paycheck. And it's not good for anybody. It's not good for you. It's not good for the children that you create. But I digress. Let's keep going.
But I had my own demons that I was trying to fight.
Exactly. You had your own demons that you were trying to fight, ma'am. I wonder if her son asked her, why did you bring me into this world? It's always a great question to ask biological parents. Why? That one question, why, is so important. It's so important because most people don't know why they do the things they do. They're like a programmed robot. You remember the analogy that I spoke of with the cockroach, right? How it's just programmed to do certain things even though it's gonna die. That's the same thing with humans. They're just going about doing stuff. They don't know why. They love sex. They enjoy sex. So they have sex and then they bring somebody else into this hellish realm. But they don't even know why. They don't even have an understanding.
He was stressing me out so much that I started getting chest pains. When we got to the hotel and the two older boys went upstairs and left me in the car, and I was just trying to decompress because the whole day Bryce was just going. Bryce came back downstairs and sat with me. And I started telling him that he needed to get it together and toughen up, get his mind right.
You told your precious son, and I don't know exactly what he was asking or what he was saying, but obviously he was disturbed in some kind of way. Obviously, something was on his heart and soul, and he just had to express himself. And I see and hear about so many parents telling their children, especially their sons, that they need to toughen up. They need to pull themselves by the bootstraps, get it together, toughen up. Instead of holding your child, hugging your child, telling your child that you love them and you care about them, making them feel like there's hope. Although I am very pessimistic and I do speak a lot and I am against this life in general, but your child is already here, so all you can do is try to encourage them the best way that you can. Yeah, I understand she says she was going through her own shit. I understand and I get that. But you brought your son into your situation. You brought your child, your children into your fucked up situation. I'm sure she didn't just end up homeless or end up poor overnight, okay? Yes, it can happen, but I'm absolutely positive that's not the case here. I would have held that baby so tight to my chest. You were having chest pains because you weren't connecting with your baby. He probably had the same chest pains, and if you guys would have connected chest to chest, it probably would have stopped all of that pain. I'm talking shit here because I don't know anything to be for sure. But it's like they say when a woman first has a child in the hospital, they need a skin-to-skin contact. And I'm not, and hey, you brought your child into a fucked up situation in a fucked up world, a corrupt, demonic, evil existence, and your child had the ability to see through it. He saw right through it. He was not fooled by the glitz and the glam. And even though he was a football player and he saw the life that professional football players live, he was not fooled by that fuckery. And maybe he took some hits to his head too. That's possible. But I never took in any hits to my head, and I see this bullshit for what it is, clear as day. Although in my culture, they say children or babies who are born with the umbilical cord wrapped around their necks have the ability to foresee things that regular people cannot. So in my case, I was born with the umbilical cord around my neck. So that's probably why I'm not fooled by no bullshit materialistic world. This shit don't move me.
He tried to hold my hand, and I told him no because he had me so upset, so anxious. I was like, I can't.
Your son was trying to connect with you. This is your son was trying to connect with you. And I understand that she was going through her own shit. I get it. But your son needed you at that moment. And as a parent, as the selfish parent that you are, bringing him into this fuckery for no fucking reason, it was your job to put your feelings to the side and cater to his needs at that moment. As you clearly state, he was distressed.
deal with that energy right now, baby. I wouldn't let him grab my hand. I wouldn't let him hold my hand. Because his energy was so intense. I could feel the pain in his soul, and it was breaking my heart. We went back upstairs to the hotel room. Brayden was already sleeping. It was cold, so I asked him. No, before that, I had my chest pain, so I was in the bathroom cleaning up. And he kept checking on me. Mommy, are you okay? Mommy, are you okay? Mommy, you gonna be okay? Mommy, are you okay? I said, yeah, I just need to calm down, baby. I just need to calm down. After like 30 minutes, I came out the bathroom. And it was so cold in the room. I asked him to go downstairs and get my favorite blanket. After 20 minutes, I didn't see him. So I went downstairs. I checked the car. The blanket was gone. So I know he came to the car, but I couldn't find him anywhere. I came back up to the room, and I saw that he left his phone and his wallet and his shoes. I sat there for a minute. I sat there for like 20 minutes just thinking, like, come on, I know you're gonna come back. I know you're gonna come back. He still didn't show up. So I woke up Brayden. I told Brayden to go walk around, go look for him. Brayden left, and I felt something in my soul. I just started bawling, crying. And then Brayden came back without him, and I started bawling, crying some more. Brayden was like, calm down, he's okay. But I knew in my heart he wasn't. His dad, he talked to his dad yesterday, and that's when it got worse. It got worse after he talked to his dad. Before he talked to his dad, he was just talking for a few days, just talking about, just in circles, just talking about life, about the things that we were going through as a family over the last couple of months being homeless, the things that he had to see me go through because we were homeless. But after he talked to his dad, he started getting paranoid. Like, he asked him to walk across the street to get me a ginger ale, and he was paranoid. Started talking about not being trapped by doors and mirrors.
Ooh, that baby. Ooh. Ooh, that baby was feeling something. Ooh, yeah, I'm getting goosebumps. That baby was not deceived by this fucked up world. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Ooh. That's deep. That's deep. See, when Natalists say that their children are going to be happy because life is a gift and their children are going to just love it here, They don't know nothing. They expect that their children are going to be just as unaware as they are and oblivious as they are. But see, some people come into this realm with their third eye already wide the fuck open. So why would you even disturb them because you want to crawl your nasty, filthy, disgusting, rotten flesh on another person and release your sexual pleasure inside of them? Why would you even disturb their fucking peace? And make that person desperate to go back into their peace. For what reason are you doing this, natalists? Pro-lifers? Biological parents? Because you want a family? You want unconditional love? You want somebody to care for you when you get older? Well, for what? For what? You're here already, so find your own way out of here instead of continuing this procreation Ponzi scheme. You need legacy. You need somebody to carry on your last name. All of these things are not important. It's a meaningless chasing of the wind for somebody who really can see what this hell realm is all about. That shit means nothing. In a materialistic world, that bullshit is meaningless. Remember, every 40 seconds, somebody is making the decision to go back home to the peaceful void of non-existence. And a lot of the times it's very gruesome and barbaric, the methods that people choose, because we don't have the ability to say, hey, let me go to the pharmacy and pick up some Nembutal. I want to get out of here. I don't like this place. What the fuck is this? We don't have the ability to do that. Even though we didn't have the choice to come here in the first place. And this is why this prison is a dystopia hellhole. Because the way it's even set up is evil. Because two people should not even be able to make the decision on whether or not somebody else comes into existence. But that's the way this whole place is set up. Because whatever entity created this place is sadistic in nature.
So this morning when he disappeared, I texted his dad. And I was like, I wish he would disappear from our lives forever. In that moment, I knew something was wrong with my baby. And I cried myself to sleep. I woke up 7 o'clock this morning. That was at like 4:30. I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning, still no Bryce. I started calling everybody. Nobody heard from him. No friends. Nobody heard from him. I called my brother, and my brother said he was going to start making phone calls. My brother called me back, and he said there was a report that somebody got hit by a train at 4 in the morning. In my heart, I knew it was my baby. I called the hospital. They wouldn't give me any information on the phone, so I went to the hospital, and I couldn't stop crying because I knew it was my baby. I knew it. Brayden kept telling me he wouldn't do something like that, but he hasn't ever acted like how he's been acting for the last 3 days. Finally, the nurse walked up to us with a piece of paper in his hand and said, "This is the number of the detective." We ID'd the body, and it's Bryce Zane Gowdy. My baby walked in front of a train and killed himself.
Anything else on you? Seen it on Facebook Live.
I've been begging for help for months. For months I've been begging for help.
What kind of help were you begging for? What kind of help were you begging for? I'm curious. Was it financial help? Was it mental health help for your children or for yourself? I mean, what kind of help were you really requesting? Because see, people really don't understand how sick this place is and how corrupt this place is. There's nobody here to fucking help you. And everybody who quote unquote is going to help you is going to have their hand out waiting for you to pay them. There is no fucking help here. But see, people don't see that when they're jolly and going on about life and running around having sex and chasing sex and money and materialistic bullshit. They don't see how fucking terrible the world is. They don't see it until they get in a position where, oh shit. Oh shit. This place ain't really what I thought it was. But it's been like that forever. You just never opened your eyes to the realization of what it was. And you will be amazed how many people think that they need to have children to suffer with them and struggle with them. To get it out the mud. Hustle. Nah, your son went back home to his peaceful place where he was before you disturbed him because you needed sex. And hey, he could have been also been a product of rape, incest. I don't know. But the majority of people are just having meaningless sex. Creating innocent beings, throwing them into this hellscape for no good goddamn reason. So I think the video is just about done, but I'm not sure if she has anything else to say, but I'll let it run its course. Yeah, so that's about it. I mean, what is there left to say? That poor baby, unfortunately, had to go out the way he went out, and he's a brave fucking soul. I'll tell you that. I wonder if they had him on camera, actually walking in front of a train, or was he discombobulated and fell on a train, or they must have had it on video. For the nurse to come out with the telephone number of the detective, they must have had it on video and played it for the mother. I don't know. This is just me assuming. I don't know for sure how they were able to really say for sure what it was. But the way she's saying it, that baby was very distressed before he actually did what he did. And her sending him to the car to get her blanket, he just said, you know what, fuck that. I'm going to take a walk and think about some shit. And the more and more and more he started thinking and seeing, realizing that this world is a prison hellscape dystopia, he said, fuck this shit. Let me go back home to where I was at peace. Every 40 seconds, somebody is making the decision to leave this place. For whatever reason. For whatever reason. Everybody's not going to be oblivious to this world and this existence. Everybody is not going to just turn on their rose-tinted glasses and pretend like this place isn't no hellhole. Everybody's not going to play that fucking game. Comment, subscribe, share the video. Share the video.